explain a little about the virtues and what you did with the virtues?
I like the virtues program because it first describes 52 virtues like kindness, helpfulness, respect, assertiveness, honesty, trust, and these qualities that all human beings have this potentially within ourselves. And the purpose of life is to reflect this in our everyday life. Caring is giving love and attention to people and things that matter to you.
When you are care for someone, you pay a lot of attention to them and take an interest in what is happening to them.
When you're doing a careful job, keeping it your very best effort.
Even this one on assertiveness is very good for adults because here on the island people tend to be a little bit shy, and they say, could you do this for me? And everyone would say yes to be polite. Or if you are assertive, you will say, oh, I'll be so happy to do it for you, but can I do it for you next week? This week I'm very busy. And that way you can say no in a nice way, right? They printed it not for, really for the education of children or helping people to develop their inner qualities, which all people have these qualities. And to show that it isn't just Baha'i, it has quotation from all these religious writings as a reference. Before each virtue, they take a passage from one of the holy books and explain from their holy book what the virtue of love or compassion or etc. is about. One underneath. What happens to a bird if it's in a cage and we don't feed it?
It will die.
Yeah. And so the soul is like a little bird in our hearts. How do we feed the bird in our hearts, the soul?
By pray, read the holy word and the virtue guide.
Very good. At the college, we had a virtues class. At the elementary school, we had a virtues class. But besides that, I offered to help the children at the elementary school to learn how to read.
How did you get into the elementary school? How did you get the permission to get to there and the college that you mentioned?
The elementary school was easy. I just went up to the principal and I said, would you like me to teach how to read? Because Jane Lam in Rarotonga trained me to show how to read by learning the sounds. Everybody here knows the alphabet, A, B, C, no problem. But the problem was how to pronounce the letter, especially P's and B's. It's very difficult here because there's no B's, and I had to help them learn that. But once you learn how to sound the words, you can read everything. At the college, it was a little bit trickier. I said, I would like to teach the Baha'i Faith at the college. But they said, well, we have no Baha'i students. So then I said, well, then may I teach the Buddhist faith to the local doctor, Dr. Ung, who's from Burma. He's a Buddhist, and his son is a Buddhist. And they said yes, and the son agreed. He was so delighted because it gave his friends an opportunity who were Christians to understand the Buddhist faith first. So I started teaching the Buddhist faith during religious training hour at the college. Since Buddha encouraged the development of virtues, that's the whole theme of his 4 ways and 8 golden paths. And so I was using the virtues program. And one time the principal came about to see what I was doing. He was so delighted I was teaching the virtues program because he thought this was the essence of all religions, and we shouldn't bother ourselves with the differences and the rituals. But the most important thing is for us to learn the virtues. So he let me continue. I thought I was having a virtues program there, but when I look at the schedule, I was listed as a Baha'i group. So I was so delighted, and then I asked you to join in, and your teaching the young people music and songs, which they all love. And so what we're doing is, again, of a service. We're educating.